Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dr. Who's First show. I have been waiting to get my very first client many, many moons ago on this show, but you know, she's very busy. So I finally got you. Let me introduce Dr. Agnes Green, physician extraordinaire, Ageless and Evergreen, right around the corner from me, in the most beautiful office, even during this terrible time that we're in right now. So we, so you know, have been talking to our community that we are in and beyond about how we, in this healthcare healing community, can be a resource and of service to others. I had you on a podcast just last week or 2 weeks ago. Who knows what day it is anymore? And you started with something that I absolutely love, and I know you know what I'm talking about. It starts with the letter G. So hit him, Dr. Green.
G. Oh, hello, Sharon. How are you?
Amazing.
Well, good. You know, in these uncharted territories that we're in, actually uncharted times, you know, things can be very difficult. So we've kind of modified things in my office. We've shortened our hours. We're only open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 till 2. But we are here on Monday and Friday to answer the phones.
Right, but I wanted you to start with the most favorite thing that you talk about, because you start your day with gratitude. Tell them about.
Oh, you said G. You should have told me what G was.
There you go. Now I told you.
Okay. Hey, Sharon, how are you today?
I'm doing amazing, Dr. Green. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I am doing great. Well, my day started as usual. Every day you should start with an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
Because it is something that you can be grateful for. And in these uncharted times that we're in now, you know, if you can get up, you should be grateful for that. Amen. If you can go to your job, you should be grateful for that. Yes. If you still have your health, you should be grateful for that. If your family is still doing well, you can be grateful for that. So when you really think about it, it's a lot of things that you can be grateful for. And it doesn't have to be the big mega things, it's small things.
Yes, I love that. Aren't you grateful that you have the absolute most handsome UPS essential worker to live?
I am, because we can depend on him.
Yes.
And if we need him, he comes.
Yes.
And we know he's married to you.
Amen. My UPS essential worker. You might have missed a few of these shows because you have been busy. You have still seen patients. I have been in your office. I have seen all of the masks that the staff is wearing, the disinfecting that's going on. Of course, it makes me very proud to see all the measures that you're all taking, and that when my husband does go to deliver, that he's not going into a place where I need to be concerned, because as essential workers that you all are, we're, you know, you guys are putting yourselves at risk. And these are very serious times, but starting your day with gratitude, like you first talked about, is so important, right? Like just the fact that we can breathe in and breathe out.
And it makes your day go so much better when you start it that way.
Yes. So you happen to be in the same neighborhood as me, which I'm very grateful for, I must say. And you opened Ageless and Evergreen after having this wonderful other location in Bel Air Bluffs. You just moved a few miles away, and you have stayed open. You're still providing amazing. Well, one of the things I really want you to talk about is that new IV therapy that you have.
Okay. And you know, the main thing, Sharon, is we wanted to be open for our patients.
Yeah.
And I consider us an essential office. Yeah. I do see primary care. I had a couple of patients today with ear infection, sinus infection, along with my hormone pellet patients and the weight loss patients. So we do provide a plethora of services and we are available and open to meet the needs of our patients.
Do you notice that most patients are coming in wearing masks today?
About 50-50.
Yeah. Okay. And what about this immune turbo booster? I know that's not the right name, but I know that that's how I see it, because I know how powerful it is. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
Well, I have something called a mega immune booster. Yeah. And it does turbocharge your immune system. It is something that goes into the IV, because what you're getting with this IV, you couldn't humanly possibly get it by mouth, because the GI tract only allows so much to be taken in, whereas this goes directly into the vein, directly to the tissues, directly in the body. And what it has in it is high dose vitamin C. Vitamin C is really the king of your defenses. Yeah. Then it has an antioxidant. We inject glutathione, which is the best antioxidant on this earth.
Really?
And again, you can't, they do have it by mouth. But again, remember, when you take something by mouth, a lot will be diluted in the acid of the stomach. Anything that goes into the stomach has to go by the liver. Right. And what the liver does all day is extract. That's what the liver does. It waits till it comes and it extracts. So what you take by mouth, you probably maybe getting 40, maybe 35 to 40% into the system. Whereas with my mega immune booster, you're getting 100% into the system. It also has B complex. And, you know, we need to be able to fight stress. And that's what the B complex does. It also has B12, which we need for energy during these times. And it has a trace mineral blend, which has zinc, selenium, copper, manganese. And if you notice in the drugstores, you can't find anything on the shelf with zinc in it. No. Because zinc is an excellent immune product. But again, you're taking it by mouth. Whereas this, the zinc is going directly into the bloodstream. So you're getting the maximum benefit of zinc and selenium.
So how are you yourself, Dr. Green, dealing with the stress of these times?
Well, in addition to starting each day with an attitude of gratitude, when I get off and my hours are shortened, so it's still daylight outside, and I either walk or I ride my bike, but I do something physical.
I bet you have a helmet on when you're riding your bike.
I'm sorry?
I said, I bet you have a helmet on when you're riding your bike.
Absolutely, absolutely, because my skull is not hard enough to tolerate any type of trauma.
That's right. You've taught me that. I wouldn't be caught dead in this neighborhood without a helmet.
That's right, because I'll be coming after you.
That is the truth. I've tried to warn Rob and Cooper of the same. Cooper is always real good about that. Sometimes Rob, not so much. But anyway, so it's always so good to know that you are exercising, because of course, you know, as the doctor whisperer, I am not dealing with patients that are stressed, that are sick, that are really looking to the healers that I know. So I'm always wondering how my healers are taking care of themselves, because that's so important. Whatever they see you doing is only going to benefit them, right? So knowing that you are exercising and that you're eating all of the great antioxidants. I learned on the last podcast that we did that blueberries and all those berries are fabulous.
Very good antioxidants. And also it's important to take a good vitamin. Yeah. That is very, very critical, as well as a probiotic and CoQ10. You know, CoQ10 is good for heart health. The women's vitamin I take has vitamins, minerals. It has an immune blend, a female support blend, an energy blend. So it's a very complete vitamin. And with the probiotic, most patients don't realize the immune system starts in the GI tract. So if you can have the good bacteria in the GI tract higher than the bad bacteria, you've actually started your great immune process with that.
Good.
But immunity does begin in the GI tract, because when we aren't on probiotics, the bad bacteria is high. But once we get, and which is not what we want, that's when we start having various sicknesses. But we want the good bacteria to be higher than the bad bacteria.
So without talking about patient names, obviously we couldn't do that because of HIPAA. I want to just get a general sense of how they're feeling, what they're talking to you about, because I'm quite sure, because you do come from a place of an attitude with gratitude. You know, do you feel the stress? Because, you know, you can feel somebody's energy when they walk in the room. What has it been like still actively seeing patients in your office?
I can tell people are stressed over all of this, because we really don't know where do we go from here. Mm-hmm. On one breath, they want to reopen the government. On the next breath, the experts are saying it's too soon, because if you stop mitigating, it will go back up. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the hardest thing for people, is to stay at home. But that's the most important thing, is to stay home.
Yes.
Because you have to mitigate it. And this is exactly why the state of Washington, they've peaked and they are down now, because they started mitigating very early. Yeah. Very early. Yeah. And unfortunately, we in Florida, we did not start doing that early enough. And we're number 7 in the nation as far as states go.
Don't you get me upset here talking about what Florida's doing. I mean, listen, I will say it myself. I am a woman who believes in the power of prayer and some higher force, but you wouldn't find me in a church today or anytime soon, because now is the time to look for that higher source inside of you.
Right.
Or on Zoom, right? I love that you said that you were Zooming with your sorority sisters.
Yeah, we have our sorority meetings on Zoom now.
Isn't that great?
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. You know, it's interesting, Sharon. I was listening to a feature on TV, and they talked about why people went to church Sunday. And one woman said, you know, we going to praise God, and God will take care of this COVID virus. But what they fail to realize is God gives us common sense.
Yes.
And we need to use our common sense, because being a Christian is not about being a physical building. It's about how you conduct your life day to day, how you treat people.
Yes.
People near you and people far away from you. So being in a house of worship does not make a person a Christian.
That's right. Oh, you couldn't have said it better myself. I think that it's, you know, as horrible as it is right now, I just have this feeling that you might agree with what I'm about to say. It's also a great time for introspection. And as somebody who, as an avid bike rider, I know that I'm not a cyclist. I always say I'm riding my bike to you because I know better, because you're the actual, you and Anna, okay? Making fun of me with my little beautiful blue bike. But
at least you're out exercising. That's the most important thing.
That's right. And I bring my mask with me. I'm keeping away from people. And if I was to enter somewhere, the mask goes on. It's in a protective place. I have a healthcare attorney that scared me smart again just recently, Sarah Connolly. So anywho, I believe that this is a great time to get that peace and to get quiet and to think about how we've been living our lives. And I mean, Mother Earth is thrilled with us right now. You know, I'm sure you've noticed, because you go out for walks and you love nature like I do. Lots of butterflies. The birds are thrilled. Mother Earth is having a little party. She's so happy right now. So what do you think about all of that? I mean, I know that you're a thinking woman. like myself.
Well, Sharon, it's interesting. There was something that Muhammad Ali said. He has a lot of quotes, but this one is not commonly known. He said, "Don't count the days, make the days count." Yes. And I just sent that out to my friends. I said, don't count the days that we're in quarantine. Make each day that we're in it count. And that's the most important thing.
Yes, I agree with you so much. I want to tell you what my mom sent me today.
Okay.
My mom said, it's happening all over the country. The pandemic is a real test for us all to hold on and stay strong until it eventually passes, and it will. Try not to get too overwhelmed. You have to think of yourself too. Deep breaths, trust in God. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it was just so nice to hear that, because I'm not really in the range, they say, of people that are going to have I'm healthy, but that doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I'm awake. Doesn't mean I don't think I can't get this COVID-19 as well. And if I did get it, I would be able to fight this off, because I'd be at your door. John Brown, he said, I'd be knocking right on that door. Dr. Green. Charlie Brown is even crying right now.
I hear Charlie Brown in the background.
It's okay, Charlie Brown. We like Charlie Brown on the show. You want to see him?
I would.
A little flavor, right? Come here, Charlie Brown. Show everybody. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Oh, he's stretching now. He said, you me with your pettiness, Mom. Come on. Yeah, he is not coming. He's not happy with me right now. He said, maybe if you give me a T-R-E-A-T. And
yeah, if you had a treat, he would be up there.
Yes, he would. He's looking for one right now. So, I really find it brave that our healthcare workers are, right now at the front lines. My girlfriend in New York is a nurse practitioner, and her daughter is a nurse, an RN at Lenox Hospital. And she sent me a picture of her, with the full mask in the ER. And a lot of the doctors that I've been speaking to have had this, physician guilt, right? A little bit. And I've been saying, but your purpose that you have right now of preventing somebody to go to the ER, to the urgent care, is a huge value, right? As long as you are taking the necessary steps. I know that you only let how many people in the waiting room? 2?
We only let 2 in at a time.
Yeah.
And then once one goes out, the next patient can come in.
And that's being disinfected, of course.
Yes.
Yes. So I think that, so have you heard that amongst because I know that you have a lot of friends and family in the medical world. Have they been speaking of the same thing? I want to listen to the conversations that you're having. Give the community.
Well, I have some who've had to close down altogether.
Yeah.
My very dear friend who is she's a dermatologist, but she does only Mohs. So taking out cancer and reconstructing the face. She's not doing that now because that's really not an essential procedure. Right. So she's had to shut down. My other 2 friends who do family medicine, they're still open serving their patients.
And how are they doing?
They're doing good. They're doing very good. Yeah. Stressed, but they're doing okay.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm trying to let everybody know about my group of wellness warriors that I know, and you certainly have been a huge benefit to our community. And here in Tampa Bay, I want you to be able to leave the people that may be watching or listening on the podcast with some final thoughts, especially during these troubling times of COVID-19.
Well, just remember, this too shall pass. And the main thing is we should follow what they have set out for us to do, is social distancing. And it is hard. I know it is. And, you're at home, you feel like you're in prison, but, just learn to tolerate that prison, because it's not really a prison, but it's for the good of society.
It's better than
because we have to keep this virus under control.
Yeah.
And it is a very real virus. This thing came from China to us.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot of miles for it to travel,
Yeah.
whether it's traveling with humans or whatever. But the most important thing is to do your part as a citizen of the United States of America and continue practicing social distancing and staying at home.
Yes, please stay home. Well, I would like to thank you for joining us today. I'm going to put all the information of how everybody can reach you, and I'm just grateful to know you and grateful to have you in our community. I appreciate you, and stay well. I've been trying to say my little tagline. Stay well, stay safe, and stay away.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure, Sharon. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Green.